Many people are unaware that rape can also occur between couples and frequently mistakenly believe that rape only occurs between strangers. Non-consensual sex happens frequently in marriages as well. Rape in romantic relationship and marriage is considered intimate partner violence. So, if he forces you to have sex while you're married, you could be charged with marital rape. The issue of marital rape is one that affects the entire world. A woman or a man can held accountable for rape or sexual abuse even they are already married because marital rape is a sinful act. According to rape case statistics for 2023, 35% of women worldwide are estimated to have experienced sexual harassment at some point in their lives. Many nations are dealing with rape cases, and the United States is the first to request assistance in cases of sexual abuse. Less than 40% of those women ask for assistance, and fewer than 10% ask the police for help. The goal of those who commit these crimes is to rule and exert power over their partners. Additionally, they might have unwholesome sexist ideas about marriage and relationships and feel entitled to wife's body whenever they please. In addition, some people, including lawmakers, might think that marriage entails a woman giving her husband her unconditional consent to have sex with her at any time and under any circumstances due to prevailing views on the role of women in marriage. Do not be afraid to speak up if you have been the victim of rape of any kind. Many people will be willing to support you in your fight for justice. There is assistance available, including support groups, hotlines for domestic violence, and mental health services. It is better to get to know your life partner so you can plan together what will be done to strengthen your relationship.
For the epistemological aspect of this issue, one can identify if one has experienced marital rape in more ways than one. With enough justification, we can tell if the person being questioned about the issue is either right or wrong and or true or false. And the questions are, is justification of marital rape internal or external to one's own mind? How does one truly identify if he or she is maritally raped if pleasure is felt throughout the sexual intercourse? How do we know if the person is the right one? Logic. This branch of philosophy deals with our reasons for accepting a belief or statement, whether these are true, valid, or justified. This branch is also concerned with argumentation, or the avenues by which we express and infer truths. For the logical aspect of this issue, marital rape can be caused by a lot of things. Root cause is shallow and deep, but not all of it can be justified for doing such act. No matter the case and or how it went, once proven true and valid can be punishable by law. And for the questions, what is the root cause of marital rape? What would be the best solution to marital rape? May it be whatever type of violence to a partner? Do all cases of marital rape involve violence?
Ethical. It deals with such questions at all levels. Its subject consists of the fundamental issues of practical decision-making, and its major concerns include the nature of ultimate value and the standards by which human actions can be judged right or wrong. Metaphysical. It is a division of philosophy that is concerned with the fundamental nature of reality and being, and that includes ontology, cosmology, and often epistemology. In ethical, marital rape is a form of sexual assault, harassment that involves unconsented sexual interaction between married couples. Marital rape is still a form of abuse, sexual harassment, if one does not give their full consent to the act, no matter the status of the relationship with one another. It is widely viewed and accepted by the public as a sinful act. The questions are married couples ethically obligated to have sexual intercourse? Should you report your spouse to the official if it was non-consensual but not forced? To what extent does consensual sex between spouses become considered marital rape and punishable by law? Metaphysical. Marital rape mainly occurs when a spouse forces the other to have sexual intercourse without their consent. But sometimes it can be rooted from something deeper. Problems within the marriage are either the husband or the wife. The questions are, what is the purpose of sexual intercourse in married couples? What would be the effects if social issues like marital rape were non-existent? If each individual existed in another world, would they still be around the same set of people? And possibly have a relationship with the same significant other?
It is without a doubt that marital rape has been a social issue for the past few decades alongside the history of inequality between men and women. Genders fighting for equal rights could subsequently lead to overlooking one's morals and start an uncontrollable desire to have the upper hand, thus resulting in violence and wrongful doings once an unwanted barrier arises. Based on the findings regarding marital rape, the researchers discovered that the perspective of the individuals online and the two respondents have the same opinion on marital rape. The researchers asked 5 major questions, and these are: 1. Are married couples ethically obligated to have sexual intercourse? 2. What is the purpose of sexual intercourse in married couples? And 3. Is justification of marital rape internal or external to one's own mind? 4. What is the root cause of marital rape? And 5. What would be the best solution to marital rape? In the first question, are married couples ethically obligated to have sexual intercourse? The individuals online and the two respondents stated that sexual intercourse is not an obligation. Rather, it is something that comes naturally between married couples, since sexual intercourse is a way for the two people to show their love and connection with each other. Second question, what is the purpose of sexual intercourse in married couples? The people online and two interviewees responded that the purpose of sexual intercourse in married couples are to increase intimacy, cultivate love and affection, and strengthen the emotional, physical, and spiritual connection. A married couple that wishes to have a child would definitely be involved in sexual intercourse. For the third question, is justification of marital rape internal or external to one's own mind? The two respondents pointed out that the justification that it is marital rape is internal to one's own mind, meaning that internal factors like a person's will contribute more than the external ones, for it to be considered marital rape, which contradicts the statement of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Philippines, Ramon C. Aquino. According to him, a husband may not be guilty of rape under Article 335 of Republic Act No. 3815. But, in case there is legal separation, the husband should be held guilty of rape if he forces his wife to submit to sexual intercourse.
For the fourth question, what is the root cause of marital rape? The individuals online and the two respondents stated that marital rape was just an excuse of the person to his or her partner, since having sexual intercourse wouldn't be an issue for the both of them, because from the very start, they have pledged to give themselves to his or her partner, and that if they truly love each other, they wouldn't accuse his or her partner in a crime of rape. So the main purpose or the cause of the marital rape is either they don't respect each other or they just don't love each other anymore. So for the fifth and final question, what would be the best solution to marital rape? The individuals online and the two respondents stated that the best solution to avoid marital rape from happening is having an open communication, as it would be better for married couples to be aware of one another's feelings and have a deeper understanding of each other's needs and wants in terms of sexual activities, making it easier for both ends to decide on whether or not the spouse's desires are comprehensible and aren't wrongful. So, in conclusion, marital rape or spousal rape is more widely seen as an act of sexual violence. It is a social issue that is negatively viewed by the public and say that there are no considerations to be made when these forms of violence are enacted. So, according to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, between 14% to 25% of women are sexually assaulted and are more likely to be raped many times by intimate partners. So, intimate partners, a spouse or boyfriend during their relationship. After completing this project, I have learned a lot about our chosen topic, which is the social issue of marital rape. So, marital rape is a crime in which a forced sexual intercourse happened between married couples. So, while studying and doing some research about this, so many questions, philosophical questions, were created in my mind. It made me confused whether who is right or who is wrong, what is right or what is not. From my point of view, I could actually agree and disagree to marital rape, since force involves violence or abuse towards a person, and that is wrong. But on the other hand, there's also a point as to why would you accuse, or as a partner, why would you accuse or refuse a bond with your partner if you love him or her? In first place, I really do wonder these kind of things. But to conclude our research, um, in a relationship, there shouldn't be any force, violence, or abuse towards each other, because if you love and respect one another, your relationship is strong and healthy and free from any violence.
In marriage, we need to get the other person's consent, even if that's your partner, husband, or wife. We need to get their approval before making out, because we can't force someone to do things that we don't want. We always have the choice to say no. But other people use physical force, coercion, and abuse to engage in sexual acts that lead to sexual abuse.
In a marriage, he or she has a right to say no. His or her no must be respected. In a marriage, if he or she was forced to have unwanted intercourse with you, it is called rape. So, it shouldn't deprive one another except perhaps by their agreement. A serious and often hidden problem that affects individuals of all genders and sexual orientations, it is also important for partners to communicate openly and honestly about their sexual desires and boundaries.
Marital rape is not less serious than other forms of sexual violence. Any forms of sexual violence or unwanted intimate acts are wrongful and are rightfully punishable by the law. Being married does not entitle one another the rights to take away their spouse's will and force them to engage in an unwanted sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse, although done within the realm of marriage, if not consensual, is considered rape.